Hey, it's December 4th. 2 days after my birthday. Stop ringing my doorbell! I'm busy dreaming about my pimp limo and all the wine that I'm not allowed to drink. You hear the doorbell ringing. Someone seems to be at the door. Is it Namatame making a delivery? Oh, hey.
Teddy's missing.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I looked all over the neighborhood, but I couldn't find him anywhere.
Gosh, he'll probably be back soon. That sounds like something that could get me a bad ending. Like, oh, you didn't go find Teddy, and so now just you die of old age. Sudden heart attack. I'm worried.
Yeah, me too. He was acting all weird lately. Rise and the others are checking inside the TV to see if he's gone back to the other side. We're meeting pretty soon, so will you come with me to Juness?
No. Never mind, I said yes. In case you decide to go look for Teddy. I'm pretty certain Igor ran him over. Hi, guys. Where's the fox?
It's no use, man. We can't find him.
No luck for me either. I didn't sense anything over there. The fog's so dense, it might be affecting my readings. I wish I could do better. I'm sorry.
Ted. Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time. We told him over and over that he could stay here.
You recall the mysterious dream you had last night. This may be a time for contemplation rather than action. That is what Igor said, but is my man Igor giving me the pass to hang out with my confidants? Because I'm in. He'll be back for sure. I believe in him.
Yeah. We'll just have to believe in him for now. He plays dumb a lot, but he's attached to us deep down. He wouldn't disappear without saying anything, right?
I'm worried for Teddy myself, but let's trust in him and await his return. Right now, we must concentrate on the case. It won't be long before Namatame is transferred to another location. We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
What are you gonna break into the hospital after he's calmed down? Like, what exactly is our plan here?
You know, I've been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
That's what I've been saying the entire game.
Let's quickly review the facts.
I love reviews.
Of all the victims, only 2 were killed. Miss Yamano, the announcer, and Saki-san.
Miss Yamano was the announcer who died. The Enka singer was the one who was, like, cheated on? Dude, it's been too long. If you're gonna give me a review on everything, can you literally just replay the first, like, 20 minutes of the start of the game?
From the documents we found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them. After that, there were multiple attempted murders in which we were targeted. It was only when he took Nanako-chan that we caught him in the act, identifying his modus operandi in the process.
When I hear you put it like that, sounds like the dude's guilty.
It does, doesn't it? She used big words like modus operandi. It really makes me believe it.
As a result of Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat killer.
Back up to yesterday. Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer? That's what's bothering me.
Right. Either he's completely nuts, or we're misunderstanding something.
I don't think there's any way that Namatame did the first murder. Someone else had to have done the first murder, and that set off Namatame into believing that he had to save everyone by putting them in the TV. So here's my general, like, theory at the moment, and we'll see how much it pans out. I'm sure it's a little off, but my general understanding is this. Whoever the killer is, whether it's Adachi or someone else, Adachi is still number 1 on my suspect list, mostly because of the fact that there are no other suspects in this game. But Adachi is, like, number 1 on the list right now. But I'll just say the killer, because we're not for sure if it's Adachi or not, other than people who've already played the game, obviously, but don't tell me that, you'll get banned. Not banned, you'll get timed out, but still don't do it. So, the killer killed Yamano. That's what I think happened. The killer killed Yamano. After that, somehow Namatame figured out about the Midnight Channel and that it exists. I bet, actually, he probably saw Yamano on the Midnight Channel before it happened, didn't understand what it meant. Then when Yamano died, he realized, like, oh no, people who show up on the Midnight Channel have to be saved. Then, Saki-senpai, the second person to die, could have been put in the TV by either Namatame or by by the killer who killed Yamano. And after that happened, Saki-senpai died. I think that the killer had to have done Saki-senpai, because if Namatame had put her in there and she still died, then he would have thought that he wasn't saving them. So, after that, the killer started putting in... Not the killer. After that, it was Namatame, for sure. From Yukiko onward, guaranteed, it was always Namatame, at the minimum. Maybe Namatame did Saki-senpai. Maybe even Namatame did Miss Yamano. Maybe he killed both of them as well, or he's the one that put them in as well. But for certain, Yukiko onward, it was Namatame that was putting people in the TV. He thought that the Midnight Channel was informing him, hey, put them in the TV to save them, and that's why he was doing it. And then I saved them because he's an idiot. Meanwhile, the killer, who did the original killing on Miss Yamano, or led Namatame to put Miss Yamano in the TV, however it went down, the original killer somehow manipulates the Midnight Channel to put the people on the Midnight Channel to make Namatame think he needs to put that person into the TV. I think that's what's going on. Surely I'm a little off, I would imagine. I'm not entirely sure. But that's my general understanding of what's going on. And you know what? Kanji's, I see there in chat, Kanji does have a sick coat. Look at that thing, man. That's like possibly second coolest coat after Joker's in Persona 5. Look at, dude, where do you shop? I want to know. But anyways, there's my general idea of what's happening right now. So let's continue with the cutscene.
You lost me.
You know what, Kanji? Totally fair.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet.
Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
When he talks about saving people, what does that actually mean? I don't think there's any doubt that it includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
Could he mean saving them through death? He did call himself a savior and said that the other side is a wonderful world.
When he said the other side, I don't think he's talking about, like, heaven or whatever he thinks the afterlife is like. I think when he says the other side, he's talking about the TV world. I could be wrong.
So they'll be saved if they die? What a bunch of crap! The bastard should have gone and saved himself.
It's a little cold, but, you know, fair.
What do you think, Senpai?
There's definitely something else. I know that there's another killer in this game. I'm for sure.
If you think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
There's something I've been wondering about for a while. When we first encountered him, he said, "You're the ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl too."
Okay, I forgot that he said that, so I think I'm 100% right. The original killer is the one that put Yamano and Saki-senpai in the TV and killed them. Then Namatame from Yukiko onward is the person that puts them in televisions. Because Yukiko onward, we saved everybody. So he thinks they're all being saved. It wouldn't make sense for Namatame to think he's saving people if he put Saki-senpai in the TV and Saki-senpai died. The only thing I don't understand is why he still had in his diary, he wrote down the dates for Miss Yamano and Saki-senpai. Or maybe just for Saki-senpai, I don't remember. But he wrote down the dates for them as well, didn't he? It's been like 2 weeks, so I can't remember exactly. But, it's definitely gotta be the true killer is the one that killed Miss Yamano and Saki-senpai. Namatame did Yukiko-senpai onward. But the killer has to be manipulating Namatame in some way. He has to be the one that, like, puts them on the Midnight Channel or something. I'd imagine, because otherwise it's like... It doesn't make any sense why the killer wouldn't be killing more people unless he was manipulating Namatame and therefore he didn't have to anymore. It has to be Nanako, all the evidence lines up. You know what? I'm starting to believe it.
So, if he saves people by killing them, did he save us too? Wouldn't he actually have failed to save us?
You raise a good point. If he thinks that salvation comes only through death, his words to us make no sense. And another thing, the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed to save Nanako-chan.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside the TV. Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
The possibility that he truly intended to save us.
But he's still the one who threw in Saki-senpai and that announcer, right? Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them.
No, the original killer killed Saki-senpai and Miss Yamano. It's the only thing that makes any sense. The only way that this works out is if Namatame only threw in everyone who was thrown... How many people were thrown into the TV? There's Yukiko, Rize, Kanji, Naoto. That's 4. And then Nanako is 5. And then there's Saki-senpai and Miss Yamano. That's 7 kills. So the five people thrown into the TV from Yukiko onward had to have been Namatame. The 2 people before Yukiko had to have been the original killer. It's the only way that this makes any sense.
Or what? You think someone else was involved? What makes you think so?
Possibility of a culprit besides Namatame. Could there be something that proves this possibility? Absolutely. I just have to figure out which one to say. Is this chat? Is this another thing where if I pick the wrong thing, the game ends? Please tell me. In case you're expecting too much IQ from the investigation team. Except Naoto, but her IQ goes down when near us. Ah, nice. No, not the warning letter. The warning letter could have been sent by Namatame, to be honest. I think the original killer sent it, but Namatame could have sent it. Copycat murderer, that's Mitsuo. Mitsuo has nothing to do with this at all. Namatame's diary has all of them listed, including Miss Yamano and Saki-senpai, if I remember correctly. I don't know what the heck Hiragi's alibi is. I have no idea. I don't think any of these are the right thing to say. I think the thing that proves that this is a possibility isn't listed here. The thing that proves this is a possibility is the fact that he thinks people who are still alive, which is Yukiko and Rize and Kanji and Naoto, he thinks that because they're still alive, they were saved. He thinks that them being alive means they're saved. That doesn't make any sense if he thinks he saved Saki-senpai, because Saki-senpai is dead. So that's what proves it, is the fact that it proves that someone else had to have killed Saki-senpai and Miss Yamano, because he wouldn't think he saved them. Why would he threaten us? It doesn't make any sense. Why doesn't that make any sense? I guess it doesn't make any sense because they were still saved even though we interfered with it? Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying, chat. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Because why would he threaten us when Yukiko, Rize, Kanji, and Naoto were all saved with us interfering? There's no reason for us to tell us to stop, because the people he wanted to save are still saved in his eyes, even when we interfere. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. That's a good point, chat. So this is the best thing to say. Yeah.
Warning letter? Oh yeah. Whatever happened to that thing?
It's still in my drawer at home.
If Namatame's the killer, he must have been the one who wrote it, right?
Let's review them.
You recall that the first warning letter said don't rescue anymore? And the second one said if you don't stop this time, someone close will be put in and killed.
Yes, that's right.
Isn't that kind of odd? Would someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like don't rescue or kill?
Yeah, and the will be put in and killed part doesn't make sense either. If the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like I'll put in and kill?
Hey, could this mean...
There's an original killer, just like I've been saying this entire time. Namatame did not write that letter.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not even sure if Namatame can write. Are we sure that Namatame is capable of legible writing?
It's almost like someone else wrote this letter.
But only the killer would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima-san's house, right? If someone else wrote it, that could only mean...
Dear God. Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident, there was one culprit.
So Namatame really was trying to save his victims?
Everything is exactly the opposite of what it first seemed. In Namatame's parlance, failing would have been the first 2 cases when the victims died. If he had used his method twice and failed both times, he would hardly have continued using the TV. And yet, he did.
This is exactly what I've been saying the entire time. I actually figured it out, chat.
It all seems to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the entire case.
Someone else? Then it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki-senpai and the announcer?
And you wanted to kill him, Yosuke.
We can't say for certain yet.
I think we can say for pretty certain. I mean, like, obviously we can't 100% say it, but I think we could say, like, 95% certainty.
We urgently need to speak with Namatame face to face.
You all work together to take another step toward the truth. Man, the game really pulled a fast one on me. They were like, yo, throughout the entire game, whenever you make progress in the main story, the full confidant ranks up. And then they max out the full confidant, or you get the full confidant to like 8 or 9, and you're like, wow, it must be near the end of the game. Boom! It's like, hey, look, you got a whole other 10 ranks to fill out by continuing the story.
How though? After what happened yesterday, they said they're gonna tighten security.
I have a plan. But there's no time to waste. Let's hurry to the hospital.
I love breaking into hospitals. Totally not illegal. Let's do it.
Hey, this place is off limits.
What if I were to punch you in the face? Then would it be, like, not off limits?
I'm a consultant with the police. I'd like a few words with Namatame-san. May I go in?
I want to say really quickly, chat, before I forget to, by the way, I really love this whole, like, figuring out the murder thing. I just really wish that the game had, like... My only one small complaint is I wish the game had, like, had more of this throughout the entire story. I feel like the actual... From the very start of the game, it's all set as, like... It's shown as, like, hey, throughout this game, you're going to be figuring out a murder case and, like, making decisions to figure out how to proceed. But it doesn't... It seems like it doesn't really happen until this point in the game, which I'm sure I've got to be in the last, like... 10 to 20 hours of the game or something like that in like a 100-hour game. So like I wish that the game had had more of something like this throughout all of it, but this part is really fun. I like trying to figure all this out. Yeah, call the Phantom Thieves to figure it out. Exactly.
This is Unit 252 requesting confirmation on an ID. Name of Naoto Shirogane. Huh? Ah, understood. I see. Well, you're on the list.
It's actually just that easy.
I can give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record your conversation with him for security purposes. Not that I expect you'll get anything coherent out of the guy. He's been spouting nothing but gibberish.
I'd like him to accompany me as well. He has no identification, but this is an emergency situation, and he's here in Detective Dojima's stead.
Huh? Detective Dojima sent him? I wasn't informed of this.
Please don't mention it to Detective Dojima.
I'll vouch for his identity.
Well, I guess it's better than dealing with the man himself. We have our hands full with the transport procedures, so the last thing we need is Detective Dojima running wild. Detective Adachi is busy somewhere too. This is Unit 252. Huh? I see.
Has something happened?
There's something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Ah, well then, this works out nicely. You should back up your colleagues downstairs. We'll keep watch over Namatame-san. A disturbance in a hospital lobby, after all. It sounds serious.
Did Naoto get Kanji to plant a bomb to distract them? Is that what's happening right now?
If anything happens, hit the nurse call button. I'll leave the rest to you.
Understood. Please be careful. I knew they were undermanned, but I didn't expect it to go this smoothly.
It went incredibly smoothly. I have a plan. I shall ask the guard for legitimate permission. It worked! We're in. Hacker voice.
Wow! There's nothing much inside that suspicious object.
First of all, do we really need everyone in the room to interrogate him? Why not just me and Naoto and then we relay the information back? Second of all, how did the cop who just went downstairs to look at the suspicious object not see these 5 teenagers hiding around the corner?
So he won't be gone long.
All right, Then now's our chance to talk to Namatame.